This story was sent to me by Adrian Thomas. Now, I don't know exactly how true this actually is or how accurate it may be, but I'm going to go ahead and deliver this anyway because it's something new that happens almost every week when it comes to this virus. And what I'm about to tell you is something that people were kind of asking early on if if this virus could be passed on this way. And if it is indeed true, HIV and AIDS is probably going to be the least of people's worries now. And that's the scary part when it comes to this. It is now being reported that the virus may be transmitted through sex. And the scary part about this is if a person is quote unquote asymptomatic and their partner doesn't have the virus and they engage in sexual intercourse and they pass it on, then that's going to be another way of transmission of this virus, which is scary because when you think, of course, when people engage in sexual activities, that's a basic human interaction. And like I said, if you're asymptomatic, you'll never know if you had it. And then you engage with your partner and then they catch it and they express symptoms of it. And you're like, hold on, like what exactly just happened? But I'm just throwing something out there. I haven't read the article yet, but I'm about to right now so we can get more information. The latest virus threat really hits below the belt. Interesting way of starting it off. A new study claims that the virus can not only rob you of your taste and smell, it may leave men infertile and could be transmitted sexually. The study, published last month in JAMA, a monthly open access medical journal published by the American Medical Association, found the presence of the virus in 15% of semen samples collected. Researcher Dr. John Aiken likened it to the Zika virus. It should be emphasized spermatozoa have a demonstrable capacity to carry viral infections from the male to the female reproductive tract. As happened during the sexual transmission of Zika, for example, he told local San Antonio and Fox 8, Zika virus is a mostly mosquito-borne virus that can be sexually transmitted. The study also found that the virus in human sperm leads to a buildup of angiotensin 2. I probably mispronounced that, which is a hormone that regulates kidney function and blood pressure. Increased levels of this hormone cause an immune response against the invading virus particles that increases the availability of reactive oxygen species that causes cell death. Prolonged exposure to elevated angiotensin 2 levels can lead to cell death in sperm. The study notes it could ultimately result in a loss of male fertility. So as you can see, this is just something they're putting out there right now. They said it's been found in 15%, which is a relatively low number. But because this thing just continues to seemingly mutate, people are going to be alarmed early on. And this seems to me that, of course, is mainly affecting males because it lives in the sperm. And of course, when you transfer the sperm, and then that's what ends up happening. So now, if this thing was to continue to do this like it is, this could now move from just being a regular, well, not even a regular, a very irregular virus to being something that could almost be classified as a new STD. Like that's, when you think about it, that's scary. Like very scary. That's why I said HIV and AIDS might be the least of your worries when it comes to this. At least with HIV and AIDS, there are already tests out there that you can take to see if you have it. But with this thing right here, you might catch it and not even know that you have it. Or it may take you a while to actually get a test because it's still in the very early stages. It's not like with AIDS and HIV where it's been so far gone many years that, it's so accessible to get a test done. This is something that is very still in its beginning stages. So now with this right here, even though it says it's only been found in 15%, now people are going to be even on more edge, especially if you are a male, because it just basically is saying that it's more typical that the male is going to carry it because they have the sperm. And the also scary part too is it says that it can cause male infertility. Basically, the inability to have children. So basically tainted sperm for probably the rest of your life. So it's crazy how this is, but I want to know from you, do you think, one, that this is indeed true? And if it is true, how far do you think it's going to spread? And do you think that's really going to affect people in the long run?